Haunted pops up before you finish typing on Google. But there are rumors of a murderous principal and an exploding furnace that killed half of the student body. I'm sure you've heard about this. None of which are true.
Oh, that's
None
just
of them.
horrendous, though.
Also known as Public School Number 4. It's been closed now since the late 60s, early 70s, and has since remained empty.
You've seen the building.
Yeah.
It's right there under the overpass. It's like a great place for some emo indie rock band to go shoot their silly YouTube music video. This morning, Lindsay Boach takes you inside to show you what happened to this historic building, where it's headed in the future, and how it changed the landscape of the city that we know today.
Walking inside this century-old building,
It's cleaner than it used to be, but still wash your stuff.
you can just imagine the stories that these walls could tell. Public School Number 4 was built 16 years after the fire of 1901 that destroyed the early beginnings of Jacksonville. That fire played a huge role into how the school was built. Historian Paul Bremer says this school, along with a few others built around the same time, is fireproof.
But to build a fireproof school in those days, how do you do it? Well, you do it by making it 100% masonry. The roof is poured concrete, the floors are poured concrete. This is 44,000 square feet. Even the interior walls are masonry.
44,000 square feet and acres worth of classrooms, 22 of them, plus a cafeteria, library, and restrooms in the shape of an E laid down.
No air conditioning. Okay, bad electric lighting. So you have huge windows. The windows open on both sides and into the hall and onto a courtyard. So now you've got good airflow all through, so there's no dead spaces in the building.
It was renamed Annie Lytle Elementary School for one of its principals, Annie Lytle, who lived just down the street. And for decades, it was a place for young kids to begin their education. But what happened? How did it become abandoned?
In the early 1950s, middle 1950s, the Fuller Warren Bridge was built. And the original approach to that bridge, which is now I-10, was on the ground. So it cut the school off and cut North Riverside off from Riverside, which was a deliberate thing that they wanted to do. North Riverside was becoming more and more African American, and they wanted to cut white Riverside off from black North Riverside.
The school that once had so much life now sits empty, showing some evidence of what it used to be. Until the school was locked up a few years ago, it attracted teens and vandals wanting to get a glimpse of the reportedly haunted building.
Were people coming in and living in here, we had a lot of that originally, and that took a long time to get the people to know that they weren't coming in anymore.
The ceiling started falling apart. There was garbage everywhere, beer cans in the front yard. That's when Patsy Bryant decided something needed to be done.
To drive by all the time, and I would moan and groan about how it looked. And one day, my granddaughter and I came with her friend and took pictures from out on the sidewalk. And then I said, "Dadgummit, we're going to do something about the yard."
Bryant joined the Annie Lytle Preservation Group. She's been a part for the past 6 years and has seen tremendous change in the building. Take a look at these pictures. Wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow of junk taken out.
It's not completely cleaned out, but they did this in September.
So what's next for this school? Over the years, there have been many ideas thrown around. Plans for a condo building were drawn, but that fell through.
Easiest thing to do would be to turn it back into a school. So we've floated a proposal to the private schools to make this a school associated with the other schools. We're trying to get into the charter school community for them to look at, because that would be the least expensive thing to do, is to turn it back into a school, since that's what it was designed for.
Bryant and Bremer say they just hope that the building will at least be used for a public place for people to enjoy in the future.
And that was Lindsay Boach reporting. And now back to those claims of the building being haunted. I know you've heard that. Well, Paul says the only thing that has haunted the building are the vandals who destroyed it. He also says the noises people heard were barn owls. Brian shared. Yeah. Had to do
Gotcha.
it. Brian shared this picture on her Facebook, right there, Facebook page of the furnace in the basement of the school, still intact. It's still there. Remember the claims that it, blew up, and that didn't happen. May is National Historic Preservation Month, so all week long, Lindsay Boach is taking you on tours of some of the most historic buildings on the First Coast. So be sure to tune in to hear the story of the Brewster Hospital. That's tomorrow right here on Good Morning Jacksonville.
Happy